What's up, everyone? Hopefully you guys can hear me and maybe not see me. I'll try adjusting this background music. Here, I'm going to tell people in the chat to refresh in about 45-ish seconds. Oh, I'm getting an added on my end, so it should be time. So, welcome to the pre-show. I guess I decided, because of the demand, to do a little pre-show thingy here. So, welcome, guys, to the pre-show. A lot of people have been asking, what this is. This is going to be a GFX live stream. What does that mean, you may ask? Well, I am the graphic designer and the editor for Impulse, and as you guys know, every single episode we tell people to leave tips to help the Freedom family grow. Now, one of the biggest tips that I can personally give is in regards to branding, which to me, because I'm a graphic designer, is extremely paramount to your success on YouTube. Having good branding can make or break a channel. Branding can make or break a channel. Good branding is fundamental to being successful on YouTube. Before going any further, though, I'm considering the fact that once this live stream is done and processed, it will go up as an actual video. So if you're listening to this right now and you're like, cut to the chase, I don't want to listen to this pre-show, you can click on the annotation on the screen. You see a little box that says not watching this live. Click here to skip to the show. Obviously, if you're watching this live, there's no annotation there, but if you're watching this after the fact, once this is all said and done, you can click on that, and that will take you to the actual beginning of the show. So yeah, talking about branding, it's extremely important to have good branding, because you're running a YouTube channel is like running a business, and so everything needs to be A1 from A to Z. You only have one chance at making a first impression, and if people go on your channel and they see, like, right off the bat that your banner's not, super professional, that, your icon isn't amazing, that your logo is amazing, that there's no real direction to your channel, they might not give you a chance. Or, I don't know, it's just, it's really important that your first impression be really strong. And you can also use branding to kind of communicate what your channel is about, what direction your channel is going. So it's really, really, really important. You guys can start asking me questions about, what I do, about Impulse, in the chat. I'll be looking at the chat. What we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be picking some people from the chat. I'm going to be doing some free graphical assets for them. And I seem to be logged on to Steam right now, so I'm just going to close that just so that, you guys don't get any notifications, get bothered by people during the show. Because the downside to broadcasting is that whenever you set it so that all your system sounds are broadcasted to the internet, whenever you get little notifications, like little blips here and there, that's quite annoying. So, we're going to be doing some free GFX for people. I'm going to be going over some tips on how to apply, how to request GFX on the forums. I know that there hasn't been too much activity. We're going to be working on that to try to kind of boost that activity going on. So I'll be going over how to submit formal requests, how to create proper thumbnails, channel art, just kind of go over the basics. If you guys want, I can also go over how I created the set for Impulse, so the 3D set behind Tiffany and behind the rest of the team. I can kind of go over that. There are some giveaways. I'm going to be giving away some video games. The video games I'm going to be giving away, they're going to be FTL, of course, which is an insanely popular game. It's not really, I don't think it's for everyone, but most people who I've seen try it are like really hardcore fans of the game. So it's very much like strategy, fast-paced, situational space sci-fi awesomeness. I'm also going to be giving away one copy of Gary's mod because I know that you guys love it. Love Gary's mod, so that's always a really popular game. I'm also going to be giving away Escape Goat 2. Now, this is an indie platformer, if you've never heard of it. Basically, you play a goat, and it's a puzzle-ish game where you need to navigate through all these levels, but like you need to... How can I explain it? It's basically a puzzle platformer. Really fun game. I've tried it. It's very casual, so you can kind of, play a level and then drop in, drop out. So it's a really great game to play. Also, Volgar the Viking. Now, this is a game that's gotten a lot of buzz in the last several months. It's a 2D action platformer, a very retro style. As you guys, you gamers, know the indie scene is coming back in full force. And so it's definitely something to check out. A lot of the top gamers here on YouTube have been saying lots of great things. Mayhem asks, what does FTL stand for? I believe it's faster than light. I'm also going to be giving away a copy of Speedrunners, which is an early access game. The title of the game basically explains what the game is. So you're basically speedrunning, you're racing throughout a level. What's great about this giveaway is that it comes included with both YouTuber packs. So you can play as Markiplier, Jesse Cox, Uber Haxers, Nova, Peanut Butter Gamer, PewDiePie, Strippin', Cinnamon Toast Ken, and Dodger. So if you win that, you get not only the game, which is in early access again, but you get both DLC packs that come with it. Finally, I'll also be giving away one premium XSplit code for 3 months. 3 months of premium XSplit. If you've always XSplit, yes. If you've ever wanted to do some live streaming, do some live gameplay commentary, well then you can check that out. It's absolutely amazing. And finally, the final giveaway is going to be 1 month of Twitch Turbo. So if you like watching Twitch live, you can basically use this code to watch Twitch in all of its glory and get access to all these amazing features. Cool. Crisp Passion asks, will George be watching? I don't know. George is a very busy individual. And, I mean, it could be that he shows up. It could be that he doesn't. Note that he's in the Philippines, so he's about 12 hours ahead of this time for me. So it's like around noonish EST. And so he's, it's complicated. So he might show up, he might not. He showed up yesterday during the Impulse live stream. He was commenting. It was really funny. We were doing the giveaway. And I guess for those who weren't here in our past Impulse live streams, the way that we do giveaways is we'll either ask people to tweet at us on our Twitter, which is Impulse This, or write a comment on YouTube. We rotate. So it's one giveaway we'll do on YouTube, one giveaway we'll do on Twitter. And when it's on YouTube, we ask people to type hashtag #WhoIsGeorge. And George came in while we were doing the giveaway, and he participated, which is really funny. So he was typing, who is George, who is George, and it was pretty funny. So that's always nice to see. It was really cool that he hung out with us yesterday. Actually, important note, we're going to be doing another Impulse Team live stream tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know that a lot of people in the UK and around the world were kind of disappointed and are kind of disappointed that we do these live streams a little bit later in the day. The main reason why is because some of the Impulse Team work like part-time, full-time jobs aside from Impulse and Freedom, and so typically it needs to be later on in the day so that they've come home from work, that they've rested a bit, that they've had supper, yada yada yada, and so that's just the way it kind of has to be in order to get everyone. Yesterday we had a blast. Those who were there, we had a really great time. That live stream actually has a really awesome view count right now. I think we're heading towards 3,000 views, which is really awesome. We had a blast. Tiffany was with us for the first time, which is cool, and she's actually the reason why we're doing another live stream tomorrow. She was like, "Hey, I'd like to do this again." So we're like, "Okay, we want to do this Wednesday," and yeah, so yeah. Um, Deuce is asking, isn't my name Acromat? I thought I go by various names. My YouTube username, I formally go by Acromat, Achromat. But the reason why tell people to call me Potato is just because that's typically what people refer me to as, because a lot of people know me from my days on MGN. Well, I'm still part of MGN. I still work for MGN. We're actually working on some pretty cool projects, which we'll announce probably in the next day or two. I don't know. Depends how quickly we can get things done behind the scenes. Gaming Geek says, "How are you and everyone else?" I'm doing fine. I'm doing awesome. I'm really happy to be doing this because, as I was saying at the top of the stream, at the beginning of the pre-show, branding is extremely important. And I think it's like the one missing component, like the one lesson that no one's really kind of covered on Freedom. I mean, it's really important to collaborate. It's really important to have high quality video and audio. That is awesome. Marketing is extremely important though as well. And I mean that doesn't just involve networking and going out in forums and in YouTube communities and kind of like advertising your stuff. It also involves just like your logos, your channel art, all that jazz. So, yeah, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Man, I got so many applications on my computer that I'm just afraid that, like, in the middle of the live stream, it'll just be like a notification. So, bloop. A lot of people are saying my name is Jeff. Well, we have a lot of Jeffreys, which is crazy. Gaming Geek asks, "Are you really called Potato?" Yeah. The story for Potato. Well, I mean that's not my real name, but the reason why I go by Potato is because the computer I used to have when I started at Freedom was a potato. That's essentially where the name comes from. Where I would do graphics, but it's like if I want to render something in 3D, it would take hours and hours and hours and hours because my computer wasn't that amazing. Now I have a killer PC. It's beast. I've switched over to the PC Master Race, but the name's kind of stuck. So, what is up, Eden West Gaming? He wanted a shout out. What is up, dude? Fast Bullet Gaming asks, "What inspired you to do GFX?" It's probably just kind of, I think my father is my biggest inspiration. He unfortunately passed away in 2004, but when I was a kid, I would just basically watch him work, and he basically did exactly what I'm doing to this day right now. Today. He did visual effects for TV. When he passed away, at the time that he passed away, he was doing kind of visual effects and graphics for a TV show, like one of those cop mystery whodunit TV shows. He did branding and graphic design for years and years and years. He went to school in arts, and so just as a kid, I would watch him work and just kind of look over his shoulder and just be mesmerized by all these amazing projects. How like, I don't know, you grow up, you watch TV, you like video games, and then you see how it's done, and you just, I don't know, I just developed this passion. So I've been doing some form of graphic design ever since I was probably like 10 years old, and I wasn't good at it when I started. And I'm still my biggest critic. Like, I can still improve my work a lot, but I've come a long way. And now I'm at a point in my life when, where I get paid to do what I love to do. So, yeah. Mayhem asks, "Will you play with YouTubers in the chat if ever we do a gaming live stream on here?" Yeah, definitely. The Renegade Gamer says, "Yo, Potato, could you give me a shout out? It'd be much appreciated. What is up, the Renegade Gamer?" Sorry if that sounded weird. Blah, 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 blah. What's great about live streaming is that because you're talking so quickly and so often, and you just need to keep going and going and going and being interesting, sometimes, you know, you just forget how to English. So, anyways, it is noon EST right now. We're going to be switching on over to the main show. Hopefully I can do this. Let me know if the music, if you guys can hear the background music. I put it relatively low. But if you guys can hear the background music, let me know if I need to turn that up a bit. I'll make the adjustments. Okay. Now it says technical difficulties, but there are no technical difficulties. Bloop. Whoa! Infinity. Coolio. Okay, so as you just saw, this is actually an icon, an avatar that I did for someone on MGN. So I looked at their channel, saw what I could do to improve it, and then just kind of designed it live on the stream. And this is actually the channel art that I did for them. So, I mean, when you design channel art, you need to... It needs to be a certain size because the channel art isn't just for the web. It's also for, like, tablets and cell phones and TV. I guess if people want to watch YouTube on their TV. And so this purple stuff you basically got to ignore, but it's like whatever is in the purple lines, that's what you see on YouTube. And so I designed this live. So if you guys want something like this, I can choose a lucky person from the chat. Before we get started, I'm just going to go over some examples of branding. How about, I'm just going to go over here and disactivate some of this stuff. Okay, so this is an example. This is actually one of the channel of one of the winners from yesterday's live stream. And it was just like we chose someone randomly, and I went to go see his channel, and I was just like super duper impressed. This is what people need to work towards to create a YouTube channel that is going to blow up and be very effective. So as you can see right off the bat, the color scheme is very, like, obviously you can see that he's put some thought into the coloring, into his logo, into his name. It's just really well thought out. So all across the board, you can see his banner is icon purple. That's his main color, which is really nice. His primary color, it's great to have a color palette already figured out, because typically you want people to associate you with your color scheme, with your logos. Like if I just think of, you know, some YouTubers off the top of my head, let's say PewDiePie, okay? I put this page up just as a kind of example of how simple his branding is, but look at his avatar. His avatar is a bro fist. And that's because everyone associates the bro fist with PewDiePie. So, I mean, just think of symbols, colors. I mean, you see a bro fist, you think PewDiePie automatically. With Markiplier, I mean, his branding isn't as amazing, but the thing is that another thing that people need to understand is once you become big on YouTube, your branding doesn't become as important, because what sells the content isn't the branding, it's the personality. So people come to see Markiplier not because of his icon channel banner, they come for him, which is something you need to work towards in order to become successful. But at the very beginning, when you're just starting out, branding is like paramount. But I mean, even here you can get some examples. The purple or the pink mustache, that is identifiable. Like as soon as you think of a pink mustache, you think Markiplier right away. Oh, also another thing about Markiplier's, what's also great is you can tell in the tone of his banner what kind of content he does, you know, like how he is. You can see it's very flashy colors, that, you know, it's very comedic in tone, and so you can understand that Markiplier is a very funny guy who, I don't know, it's like, you know, he's into gaming because of the TF2 medic here and the Sonic dude, and also with the blood coming out of the eyes. That's a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's, which is probably one of his most popular series. So it's like through your branding, you want to communicate who you are what the tone of your channel is, what kind of content you produce. So yeah, Game Grumps, another amazing example. You can see by the cartoonish style that they're very cartoony like, and that kind of, you know, you can tell that if you've ever watched an episode of Game Grumps, they're very cartoony. You know, Egoraptor's an animator, and so that kind of comes across through his content, but also through his branding. And also you can see the icon is very simple. It's just the Game Grumps logo. And even the Game Grumps logo is just very basic. It's like an oval and Game Grumps. Bam, that's it. Pure and simple. You want to keep your icon as simple as possible. Why? Because this is going to be shrunken down, and you want to make it so that at any size you can kind of identify what it is. Again, Polaris, another great example. You can see their icon. It's just, you know, simple logo, and here you can see all their main partners. It's just like really simple. Pardon me. A lot of people tend to overcomplicate their branding. You want to keep it simple. Okay. So let's see. Let's see the chat now. People are saying hi. Sonic Creepypasta. Potato, can you look at my channel banners? I'll be doing some reviews in just a second. And I love all of you guys, by the way. Everyone who's commenting, I love all of y'all. You guys are all amazing. All amazing. So, the basic rule when you're doing thumbnails... Well, I mean, basic rule. There are multiple ways you can tackle thumbnails. A lot of people, they'll want text in their thumbnails. There's a lot of people who don't put any text whatsoever. But there's one principle that everyone should keep in mind, and that's the rule of thirds. Now, if you've never heard of this before, in photography... This is basically an essential principle, well, not only in photography, but in graphic design, and that, let's say if I just kind of hide this text here, I don't know if you guys can see these blue lines, maybe there's not much contrast, so you might not be able to tell where they are, but you kind of see that this workspace is divided roughly into 9 squares. So you want to cut your space into thirds vertically, and cut it horizontally into thirds, and at the intersections of these lines, that's where you want to have your subjects. It's just I don't know why, I don't know what concept proves this or explains this, but it's just more pleasing to the eye when the focus of your image is in one of those locations. So that's why when we do an impulse, whenever I design an impulse thumbnail, let's see if I can go through all of my busy files. Let's say here, actually, let's look at this, which I just recently created. Okay, this one's actually a lot busier than I typically like my thumbnails to be. But as you can see, the main subject, which is Link, is kind of like on one of those thirds. He's a little shifted over to the side, but that's because I wanted Master Chief to be visible. But yeah, so you want to keep your subject on one of the thirds. Ideally, I would have put him more around here, but again, I wanted Master Chief to be visible. So you kind of need to play around with it. These rules are kind of loose. But when you do have text, you want to keep it on the left-hand side. Why is that? Because we read from left to right. It's not an issue if you have your text on the right-hand side. Think of what's the first thing you want people to see. Do you want people to first notice the text or the graphics? For Impulse, we want people to see the text first to know what the subject of our videos are, so we keep the text on the left. As you can see, we have a bar that just kind of shows the subject of today's episode, so, you know, we'll keep it to games or reviews or, you know, real talk, depending on what the content of the episode is. I got this tip from some other YouTubers, successful YouTubers, that apparently slanting your text at a slight angle makes it more dynamic and interesting. And also, yellow is a really nice contrast color that makes your text pop. Contrast is extremely important. If ever you put text, you want to make sure that it really stands out. So, because I mean, you need to imagine that people, when they see it on YouTube, it's going to be tiny, but you still want it to be legible. You still want the text to be legible. You still want people to understand what's in the thumbnail. So even at this size, you can roughly read what it says. So most anticipated video games of 2015. You can see our Impulse logo in small, but more importantly, you can see the subject of the thumbnail. What are other things you need to take into consideration when you're designing your thumbnails? I mean, there's a reason why I put Link and Master Chief on there, because they sell. Those are really popular franchises. People love Zelda. People love Link. People love Master Chief. So you slap those on there, and it automatically boosts your marketing potential because it draws people's attention. So I put that on there. I had to put Link because Majora's Mask is one of my favorite games of all time. Coming out soon. Woot woot. So, yeah, just to kind of review, as I was saying, you want to put your text here. I mean, obviously you don't want it to be this size unless it's not obscuring your subject. Then you can make your text as large as you want. So normally I'd make it around this size. I try to take up as much vertical space as possible. Just kind of slant it slightly. And then, you know, make this like yellow. But the thing is that if I make it, you know, yellow and white, it's still legible. But to kind of maximize the legibility, you could just, again, like zoom in, zoom out to see how things look at different distances. What I might do is just kind of, I don't know, again, put a box behind it with a really dark color to just so that there's that contrast there. Hopefully you guys understand. Now, for banners, you want to be, you know, simple, very simple. You also need to take into consideration that some people like to magnify their web pages. So usually I'll view YouTube at 150% like zoom. So I won't see it at 100%. And for that reason, whenever you zoom, it kind of crops the edges of your banner. So if your logo is all the way over here, well, you have two problems. One, your avatar is going to be in the top left-hand corner, and so it's going to be obscuring whatever's behind it, but as well, your logo might get cropped out. So whenever you download a banner template online, you'll have kind of like a safety region that you have to respect. And so that's why the logo's here. I guess, client, the partner who I designed this for, he gave me 3 suggestions of games that he plays on his channel, and so I basically took images from those games, put them in, put a bit of drop shadow, and then just put his social media. Really simple, but you know, I took some time making this, and it's really worth it. It pays off. My personal channel, I haven't uploaded a video to my personal channel in half a year, and I still get 4,000 views per day. And I think a large part of that is smart content creation, creating content that is always going to be popular. At the same time, though, I think that branding is also really important. And I'm speaking specifically now to those who say that they're graphic designers. If you say you're a graphic designer and your banner looks poopy, well, then you're not going to get many commissions, you know? So you need to definitely make sure that you step up your game. Okay, well, I've blabbed on for quite a bit now. I guess my internet is being really funky right now. So what I'm going to do is put up these bars right here, and hopefully you guys can still hear me. Yeah, for some reason Chrome is all funky. Oh, Anthony Smith just texted me. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway in just a second, guys. Just want to basically reload my web browser because it was my web browser froze for some reason. Live streaming is very taxing on one CPU, so that was fun. I guess Adam is in the chat because he just messaged me on Skype about what I was talking about. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a giveaway in just a second, guys. So as you can see, I had to have, you know, G-Man here. Trank, what are you doing? So basically, how the giveaway works for those who weren't here at the top of the show, in the YouTube chat box, type hashtag #WhoIsGeorge, and I will be selecting someone randomly within the next minute or two. The game that I'm going to be giving away, let's start with Speedrunners. So the first game I'm going to be giving away is Speedrunners. For those who don't know what that is, it's basically, the title explains the game. So it's a game, it's a 2D platformer where you race competitively against your friends. This game comes with, or this giveaway comes with, both expansion packs. The expansion packs include, you can play as either Markiplier, Jesse Cox, Uber Haxor Nova, Peanut Butter Gamer, Pootie Strippin, Cinnamon Toast Ken, or Dodger. So if you're interested in Speedrunners, which is an early access game, wow, I can't talk today. If you're interested in that, just type #WhoIsGeorge, and I will be selecting someone randomly in the next minute or two. For all winners, once you win, if you win, what you need to do is you need to go to my personal channel, which is Acromat. It's written on the graphic there. So you just go to my channel and send me a private message. If you don't know how to send a private message, you just go to my about page and there's a send message button. And what I need you guys to do is, well, for the winners, just send me your email. I take note of who wins. So if you haven't won, don't try claiming a prize you haven't won. And you just basically message me your email and I'll send it to you via Steam. Coolio. So, and the winner is All Around Gamer. So, All Around Gamer, you have won a copy of Speedrunners, including both YouTube packs. So I'm going to be writing your name down on my rough piece of paper here. All Around Gamer, you won. If only I had Rick's ability to come up with amazing puns and whatnot. That'd be awesome. But yeah, coolio. So All Around Gamer, all you need to do is, as I said, just send me a PM and with your email address, and I'll send you the code, or I'll send you the game as soon as possible. Just trying to take down your YouTube link because you don't have a custom link, my friend. What you should do, you should get on that. You should, because you don't have a custom link, you should go on your Creator Studio and set that up, dude. You could probably, I don't know if All Around Gamer is available, but you could probably get that. Coolio. So congrats to you. Manraj Tour, hopefully I said your name correctly, says, what about Twitter? We won't be doing any Twitter giveaways today because I'm running this solo. Usually when we're multiple people, then it's kind of convenient because you can have one person monitoring the chat and then one person monitoring Twitter, but I can't do both today, so I'm going to be sticking to YouTube. And, you know, it makes it available to everyone. Cool. Okay, so someone is asking me, or actually multiple people have been asking me, what if I. Sorry, I'm laughing because Cuz, who's part of the Impulse team, he just messaged. He just wrote. I really can't English right now. He wrote, "Who is George?" So it's it's funny when part of the Impulse staff tries winning, but you can't because you're staff. Okay, so I'm gonna be picking some people now for some GFX. So if you'd like some graphics, message, write something in the chat. Basically say I would like some graphics, please. Also list what you need. And I guess in the meanwhile, I'm gonna be reviewing Dissectra's channel. So let me switch back to this. Oh, infinity and beyond. Okay, cool. So this is Dissectra's channel. If you guys want to check him out, you can go to his page. Let's see his his YouTube link is DISCTRA 575. You can check out his YT page. This is actually a great example of proper branding. I like this a lot for two reasons. Because it's very consistent. You could see that in his icon, he's got a soldier. So right off the bat, you think FPS. I believe this is Battlefield because of the orange and black color scheme on the character. But also you can see on his banner, he's got another soldier with, shrapnel and explosions. So it communicates pretty clearly that this guy is an FPS guy. And then obviously the video on his trailer section page thingy is FPS. So it's really clear what the direction of his channel is. Only comment about branding is your social media is kind of placed in an awkward position. I would maybe find a way to slip it into this bottom bar. If you could find a way to do that doesn't look weird, I'd say go with that, because once again, I was talking about cropping before. If someone kind of zooms in on the page, then it starts to get cut off. It's not that bad though. Okay, maybe just moving on over a bit to the right, but besides that, this is really awesome. I really dig this a lot. Partner with freedom, subscribe today. It's really clear. You don't need any work done. Maybe let's check out your thumbnails. I would say, okay, now for your thumbnails, you might need to get some work done, but I mean, this already is really great. Now you have a little logo corner thingy going on. That is nice. One of the things I've learned is that that only really becomes an asset that only really helps you when people know what that means. So people who are new to your channel don't know what the DS means. So for that reason, I would actually recommend maybe taking it out, removing it. I know that's, pardon me, that's really contrary to what I would have said a few months ago, but I've learned a lot since doing thumbnails and graphics. And one of the things that's really important is as you're growing your channel, you want every single thumbnail to stand out on its own. Once you start building a following, that's when you can kind of transition into templated thumbnails. But as you're growing, you want every single video to stand out on its own. Make sure that when you use text that there's enough contrast. So like in this one right here, you're using dark blue and it's not super legible. You also have like a bit of a gradient on the corner here, which is a little weird. Also, you don't need to type out like part 3. You can just have like a 3 in the corner. Well, kind of like what you've done here. Maybe add a bit more space, like a bit more of a margin. Besides that, though, not bad. Overall, pretty good. Okay. So this is gaming says I would like an avatar. Yeah, but I'd have to create a logo for you. Let's see. Okay, so the Renegade Gamer wants me to look at his channel, so let's check out his channel. Pretty simple intro, by the way, which is pretty cool. Member of the Gamers of Royalty. Owner of the Rinse Remix Repeat. I don't know what these are. Owner of Rinse Remix Repeat. What is this? Is this some sort of a music remixing community? Maybe just a bit more info on this. That would be pretty cool. Overall, though, I mean, you're following the basic principles where your logo is in the center. There's a nice contrast, so it's very legible. I mean, not bad. You could kind of touch this up a bit more, but overall, it's pretty straightforward, clean, which is, what you want. I also like your icon as well, just like your Minecraft character. Just nice, sweet, pure and simple. If we go to your video thumbnails now, I like things like this, like, best of 2014, just kind of nice, simple. Not bad. I mean, I'm gonna go over some of the same points over and over again. You want to make sure that your text is legible. Like in here, your Merry Christmas from Renegade. It's kind of hard to read the words because the background is so dark, and your text is also rather dark. And also, I would say, like, the background of this image, I would have changed it myself, because you have all these subjects in the background, but because they're obscured by the text, you don't really know what's going on. Typically, when you think Merry Christmas, you associate it with Christmas wreaths and lights and Christmas trees. Maybe going with that would have been a bit better. But overall, not bad. For your Minecraft thumbnail, it's not bad. The problem, I would say, is that a lot of people, when it comes to Minecraft thumbnails, they all kind of look the same in a weird way. Like this design here, I've seen that so often. It's not really a complaint. It's just something that I'm noting. So maybe coming up with something that stands out a bit more. But I mean, overall, again, this is not bad. This is pretty nice. You want to work on consistency, though. Every thumbnail needs to stand out, but all thumbnails should kind of fit in with each other. It's kind of like if, I don't know, with MGN, what I do with the thumbnails, it's kind of like they all kind of stand out on their own, but you can see that there's somewhat of a pattern, so they work on their own, but they work together at the same time. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Terry Plays Games for the win. Saw your name. Okay. Your icon, right off the bat, I would change this. There are multiple things that are wrong with this. One, you have a line that kind of bisects like two games, so already you have too much going on. You have two games, and because... as I said before, this is going to get shrunken down when people see it. They're not really going to understand what's in the background. I mean, like, look, this skeleton already, like, this icon is pretty large on the page. The skeleton is already really tiny. You shrink that down, you're not even going to see what it is. And this red line kind of covers or bisects this alien isolation image. And as well, you got the text on top of it, which isn't really that legible, so it kind of masks this image. It doesn't really work too well. What I would do is probably just keep this one colored tone, maybe just like a really simple gradient, and then maybe just have, if you absolutely want Terry, writing it in a color that contrasts your background, or it seems here, I don't know if on these characters, is this your symbol? Like this Tetris like block, if that's your symbol, then maybe you can just have your logo and just keep it as minimalistic as possible. As for the banner, it's not bad. It communicates that obviously you like Minecraft, which is really important. Like if you primarily do Minecraft, you want your branding to reflect that. I also like the 3D of the text. That's cool. I wish it were a bit higher up. Also, you have a glow going on in the center here, and it kind of obscures the letter A. I don't know. It kind of feels a little bit out of place. If you wanted an optical flare, I'd put it maybe, you know, a light optical flare on one of the corners, but you know, it's not a huge deal. Put your social media somewhere. That's would be really important. Overall, not bad. I would consider maybe going into the GFX section of the forums and seeing if you can get a graphic designer to improve this a bit, because I mean it can be improved. Again, the text is just a little too low, but it's not horrible. I've seen way worse. As for thumbnails, it's a little busy and some of the text isn't legible because, again, contrast, but also because of the sizing of the text. So like, let's say here, Terry plays Counter-Strike. I can make out the Counter-Strike, but just barely, and it also takes up, you know, just a small section. What I would do is, once again, you want to apply the rule of thirds, so you could have Terry plays, like on the left-hand side, Counter-Strike, have the logo. You know, there's a version of this logo which is just CSGO, and people understand what CSGO is, so I would put that logo, and then you have part 4. I would put, you know, the number 4 in the corner, top right-hand corner, and then just have, you know, a soldier, or I don't know, just something here taking up the right third. Here you got Terry plays. The red text is barely legible over the zombies. This is a pretty cool background image, but I mean, again, you can barely read the text over it. Call of Duty World at War, again, you could barely tell the logo. And the Nazi zombies, again, like you need to really make sure that your text is, you know, very much contrasted from your background. So the best thing to do is, as you're designing a thumbnail, just zoom it out. If you can zoom it out like crazy and you can still read it and it's still legible and you can still understand what it is, then you've pretty much got a good thumbnail. But here it starts, you know, it's a little straining on the eyes. Here you got TF2 epic kills. Here you just got 2 gameplay images side by side, so I don't really understand what's going on. So what I would do with the thumbnail for this is write, you know, TF2 epic kills, and then maybe have think of like who's the most epic character, or you know, you could think of the heavy, you know, so I'd put the heavy, and maybe I'd put like some blood in the background because, you know, it's death killing, so just like epic kills, maybe in like white and yellow, and have some blood in the background in the heavy. Actually, you know what? Let me try like designing this like how I would do it, because I've been blabbering on now for the last little while. So let's remove the extras. Let's go onto Google. Let's search Team Fortress 2 Heavy. Okay, let's look in their images now. And what I like to do is I'll put the size to large because you want to do this in the highest resolution possible. And ideally you want something like this. As long as I can get a relatively high quality. The problem is that the gun is really low. You can always kind of go with a funny image as well. That also helps. It's actually a pretty funny image. I like this. So then usually I'll just go to view image, render by. See, like sometimes taking images from the internet is a thing where you want to make sure you don't want to steal people's work, or that if you borrow people's work, that you at least modify it so that it's just not like ripping them off completely. So I'll do some modifications to this. This is a PNG with the transparency, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it on my desktop, so just save it. In Photoshop, I'll open the file. Copy this over here, and then with my selection tool, just remove this logo. Okay. And then I'll typically scale this up. Man, the heavy is a big guy. And then, so I'll put my text on top of that. And I believe just TF2 epic kills. If you can come up with not something that's clickbaity, but something that's maybe comedic, that describes what happens in your video, that's an incentive for people to click, well then you can put that as text, but for the sake of this, I'll just put epic kills. Okay, now I want a background behind the heavy, so I'm going to search just Team Fortress 2, I guess maybe level. Here, let's see this. Copy this. And the heavy, scale it up. Okay, now you want typically a drop shadow behind your subject just to make them stand out. So just apply a drop shadow. Also, another thing that you can do that can help out a lot is just kind of go into your image adjustments, play around with the curves so that you increase the brightness of your subject just so that they pop out some more. Sometimes if he doesn't really stand out from the background that much, you can just kind of play around with your background. So let's say I just kind of turn this off and this off for a second. I'll just create a basic little gradient. Okay. And then you could just cycle through your blending modes with this enabled. Just kind of see what looks the best. But then again, I don't want it blue. I should have it... Should I have it in red? No, I'll try... Let's see what this looks like in blue. See, very much like drawing, graphic design is very much like half of it is building, half of it is erasing stuff, or, undoing stuff. So you just gotta really fiddle around until you find something that works for you. But let's say, epic kills. Boom, and also you want to put some drop shadow. I really like drop shadow a lot. I prefer drop shadow over, adding a stroke, but sometimes, adding a stroke does help. So, I mean, if you need to do that, you can put a stroke on it. And then, yeah. Whenever you write, whenever you use Photoshop and you add text, you always want to make sure that the spacing between letters is on optical and not on metric. It makes things look a billion times better. Like, let's say, I don't know, I scale this up, and then, I don't know, I make this in yellow. I'm just kind of doing this, like, off the cuff. So it's like, if I were doing this seriously, I'd put more time and effort into it. So, like, I really don't like a stroke effect. So let's see if I can maybe intensify the shadow just so it stands out a bit more. Maybe play around with my background a bit more. Something you really need to play around with. And then you want some blood, so blood splatter. Or blood spatter. Just, you know, add this to your background. Or you know what? Even just this as an image might be pretty interesting. Like, even if you just didn't want text, you could just have this, and this would kind of work, you know? Another thing you can also do if you want your subject to stand out a bit more is having a basic vignette effect. So what I usually do to create a simple vignette is I'll take my circular selection tool, just go from one corner to the other. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Sorry, I know that I was kind of zoomed out a bit. And then, oops, sorry. I'll do a Control-Shift-I to invert the selection. And then I'll go into my filter blur. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Gaussian blur, and just kind of play around with it. You know, so even like something like that, it definitely communicates more, like, you know, TF2 kill. You see it, you see the blood splatter, you know there's killing involved. You got the heavy, so you know it's, you know, TF2 related. And then, you know, it's a little comedic. So if your video's comedic, well then that also, you know, communicates that through the thumbnail. So yes. So let's see. We're gonna do another review now. Let's check out Sergeant Gas Cars Gaming. Well, one, already from the get-go you can see that your text isn't super legible. What's that image from? I mean, it looks interesting, but because it's very pixelated, is it from an indie video game, or is it just an image that you found on the internet that's so blown up that it looks very pixelated? I don't know. I mean, the pixelation, you want something in a higher resolution that looks crisp. Unless, you know, your channel is retro gaming, then pixelation is great because it basically communicates what your channel is about. So I would say get someone on the GFX forum to create you a logo. If you don't have a logo and you're interested in a logo, what I tell people to do is to submit a request. But how you submit a request is it's involved, but you need to be specific. So let's say you're a gaming channel and you specialize in FPS shooters. Well, there's a specific tone that goes with that. Unless, you know, you might be a comedy channel, you might just be like a serious hardcore, you know, FPS gamer. So you want to communicate this to the GFX artist as much as possible. So if you're a comedy channel that does, you know, Battlefield exclusively, well then you need to communicate. I do Battlefield. I do funny videos, and so there needs to be, you know, I don't know, bright colors. Maybe have a rainbow and a unicorn next to the soldier, or have them have like googly eyes. Or, you know, just come up with the idea in your head and communicate that to the graphic designer. The worst thing you could ever say to a graphic designer is do what you want, or I'll leave it up to you. That's a horrible thing you could say to a graphic designer, because if they spend hours designing something that you don't like, well, then they're wasting their time. Often, a lot of the graphic designers on Freedom will be doing their work for free, and so it is kind of a waste of their time. But if you're doing it professionally for someone who's charging you, then they're going to go, okay, well, I'm working for $30 an hour, and you just wasted 3 of my hours, so you'll need to pay more. So you should pardon, you should already know what you want, and then you be as detailed as possible to communicate that. Now, if you're looking for graphic designers, make sure that they have a portfolio readily available. As I keep saying, branding is super important, and so you want to choose a graphic designer who knows their stuff. Don't choose someone who's all right, but just meh. You want to go with as best as you can find for your budget, because again, branding is critical. Your icon as well, I would change that as soon as you have a logo designed. So think of what your channel's about, what the content you produce is about. If I go to your videos page, ooh, dude, your icons, buddy. Yeah, icons, buddy. It seems like you do mostly Minecraft, so you want, your icon to reflect Minecraft. So, I don't know, like a diamond pick, or a pig face, or a Minecraft chicken, or, a skeleton head. Just all of these things are very iconic to Minecraft, so just have something in there as your logo that really communicates that you're a Minecraft channel, and then put that as your icon, because you have your image, but you're still growing, so you're still a small channel, so this, if someone sees this, then there's no reason for them to click. I don't know if you understand what I mean. YouTube's extremely difficult to build your channel and just kind of build up that personality, but you want your branding to be meaningful to people. That's what's gonna get people to click on your channel, I might be too vague for people. Just kind of let me know if you don't understand. For your thumbnails, day 1, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, your text is stretched vertically, which is a big no-no. And as well, what does this mean? Like day 4, I don't understand what this means. You have sponsor video. What sponsor? Maybe you should have their logo on here somewhere. With this here, Minecraft Survival Island, half of the logo is cut off. So you want the logo to be clear. But as well, this 2D background isn't bad, but it seems kind of bland, like there's not much going on. So I'd have the Survival Island logo maybe tilted slightly at like a 2-degree angle, and then maybe have like a Minecraft character right here on the right. So, yes. Okay, cool. I'm going to be doing a second giveaway right now because I've been yapping for quite a while now. Ooh, what? Wicked Infinity. Boom. Okay, so for those who were not here when I did the first giveaway, essentially how it works is I need everyone who wants to participate in the giveaway to write hashtag #WhoIsGeorge in the chat. I'm going to be choosing one person randomly. If you are selected, what you need to do to claim your prize is to send me a private message directly on my channel. My channel is Acromat. So you can search on YouTube, just search Acromat. I should be the very first person that pops up. Go to my About page, or click on Send Message, and then I need you to supply me your email address because I'm going to send you the Steam code through there. Now, the game that we're going to be giving away this time, we're going to be giving away Volgar the Viking. So, Volgar the Viking is a 2D action platformer. It got much critical acclaim. So, this is a very popular indie platformer. I believe that it was on Total Biscuit's, it was in Total Biscuit's award show for, I don't know if it was either Best Music or Best Indie Title, or best Kickstarter campaign, but it was nominated for one of his awards. So it's a really good game, and I mean, because of the fact that Total Biscuit mentioned it, it probably created a bit of buzz around the game. So now's kind of a good time to go over the game. So, I'm just gonna pardon me. I'm just gonna give you guys about a minute or two, and I'm gonna drink something in the meanwhile because my throat is dry. Believe it or not, guys, talking into a microphone for an hour straight is very straining on the vocal cords. Soda. I drink way too much soda, folks. When I'm not drinking soda, I'm drinking energy drinks, so it's like my two options are super healthy. Speaking about energy drinks, though, one of our sponsors is Game On Snacks. Tomorrow we will be doing another live stream with the Impulse team at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be giving away several tubs of G Fuel as well as Game On Snacks beef jerky. So if you guys would like to win some awesome snacks, you can come hang out with us tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can ask all of the Impulse team questions, including Tiffany, and even Rick kind of made a cameo sort of in yesterday's live stream. So that was really cool. Check us out. By the way, you can see while I'm talking about Photoshop at the bottom of the screen, there's a little kind of ad with Game On Snacks and G Fuel. If you go to their websites and you order something, either merchandise or food products, you can enter the coupon code FREEDOM in all caps, and you'll get 10% off your order, which is really cool. So if you don't win a G Fuel prize or a Game On Snacks prize, and you still want to try the beef jerky, the awesome energy drink, you can order it online and get 10% off your order. Okay, cool. So the winner of Volgar the Viking is... Pardon me, just kind of burped there. The winner is Lego WW2 Reviews. So I guess it's Lego World War II Reviews. You have won a copy of Volgar the Viking. So what you need to do is send me a private message on my channel, which is it's listed in the graphic on the screen right now. So just send me a PM with your email address, and I will send you a Steam copy of the game for you. Man, I need to take some sort of a break. Woo! Coolio. So now let's get back to the graphic design. What I'll actually do is I'll talk about the virtual set design for Impulse. So I was kind of going away from branding for a second. As you guys know, for Impulse, here, let me just switch away now. Boop. Oh, Infinity. Okay, so this is Blender. If you've never used Blender before, if you've never heard of it, Blender is a 3D piece of software. Let me restart. It's a 3D modeling and animation program that's completely free. So it's available for everyone at no cost. It's open source. It's really awesome if you want to experiment with 3D, learn the basics. I highly recommend it. I mean, if you want to go on to professional 3D design, maybe look at other software. But for a beginner, it's really great. I started using Blender about 2 years ago, and everything I've learned in Blender. So this is the virtual set for Impulse, and it doesn't look like much because everything is textured gray. But if I go into the rendered mode, hopefully this won't kill my CPU. You can basically kind of see the basics of the layout. Now, whatever's in pink, those are just like images. So the outside you see in the background, that's just an image. And the reason why there's some pink reflecting off the screen here is because I usually have the Impulse animation going on here. So I modeled everything in Blender, so every individual object here is very much hand modeled. Let's see if I can get an example here. Some of these are like mirror images or mirror models of things I've modeled. That was poorly explained. So like what I'll do is just kind of model a component. Oh, you got some things I've missed here. Ugh, some clutter. But I'll model a piece, and then if ever it's like duplicated or it needs to be duplicated, then I'll just use a modifier called either a mirror modifier or an array modifier to just kind of copy it. So let's say I add an array modifier. Then you can see I can just make as many copies as I want. And so this makes things super convenient. But yeah, so for this, it's just textured glass, and then you have a red background, some strips of light, like a metallic surface, and then you have these tiny lights which light up the inside. And because it's contained within, you know, a dark room, those tiny lights just kind of stand out. The screens, how I do those is basically I'll design the screens and I'll make them black, and then, pardon me, just burped again, and then I'll create a new project. I'll just kind of copy this project over, go from Cycles Render into the default render engine for Blender, which is called Blender Render, and then I'll tint whatever I want to be replaced by video footage, like, so whatever video I want to put on the screens, I'll tint the screens white, and then I'll render out the screens just in, like, I'll render out the whole scene in just black and white, and then I'll, in After Effects, I'll just kind of plop in the video I want to put on the screens, and then just do some blending and some, you know, funny, funky jazz. But yeah, this is the 3D set. It's just this. Nothing too complicated. Took me a lot of time, but nothing too complicated. Oh yeah, what I'm working on right now is actually a TARDIS. So for all you Doctor Who fans, I am primarily known on my personal channel for my Doctor Who visual effects work, and I've learned a lot in the last 2 years. So I did a Doctor Who intro as one of my first projects, and it really kind of launched my channel. But I'm going back now, and I'm just kind of redesigning a new TARDIS. So this is a work in progress, but I'm kind of using what I've learned to adapt my model. And what I'll do is I'll make this model available online for, you know, for a few bucks. Like I'm at the point now where I've developed my skills enough to kind of sell my work online. So I don't know. I think this looks pretty cool. I might do a tutorial on how to do this on my personal channel. I know a lot of people have been asking for this, but it's as simple as it may look. Like, geometrically, it's pretty simple, but still kind of understanding how to do this, you know, at this level, there's a lot of complicated things involved. But anyways. Narrating Fox says, AstroCat! What? Crazy. Okay, so Mayhem99 Gamer has been commenting a lot, asking for a channel review. So I'll check that out right now. Okay, so Mayhem, right off the bat, again, your icon, it's a little, I don't want to say it's too busy, but just, I don't really understand what it is. With icons, you want it to be immediately recognizable or understandable. You want to understand what you're looking at instantly, because people's eyes, I mean, you gotta imagine that everyone has ADHD, that they only want to spend a few seconds on every element, that their eyes are constantly moving. And so with you, it looks like you have, I mean, it's taking me a few seconds to kind of understand what's going on here. Looks like a red ring of death, and then you have a power button in the middle, but then you got like these tentacle-like things coming out of both elements, which I don't understand. What I would do is I would just remove those tentacle-like objects and probably just keep the red rings and the power button. Actually, you know what? Let's kind of design this in Photoshop. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 800 by 800 for an icon. Let's see here. For this icon, yeah, okay, it's 800 by 800. So you have your power button and your red rings. Let's see if I can design this off the cuff. I mean, it might look a little weird in the first few steps, because when you learn to design on your own, sometimes you develop unconventional methods for doing things. But this is my method, so leave me alone. Okay. So just create that, and then it's kind of divided. So let's center this first. Make a selection of the entire workspace. Select this layer, and then just center the circle. And then I'm going to take my rectangular marquee tool. I'm just going to create like a basic, I guess, plus sign. I guess you'll understand what I'm doing in just a second. And duplicate this layer, and then rotate it 90 degrees. Merge, whoopsie daisy. Merge these two layers. Once again, center this shape. And then I'm going to select the plus sign and basically cut out that. So you have your basic, I guess, red rings shape. It's not as wide as I would like, though. So what I'm going to do... Hopefully you guys can hear the music in the background. It might be very faint, but I'm listening to it right now, and I dig it. I'm using music from Impulse, so if you guys would like access to the tracks that we use on Impulse, we got all of those from Epidemic Sound, because Epidemic Sound is awesome. But Epidemic Sound, it really is a really great resource. Boom. This actually looks kind of cool. All right, this is completely unintentional, but it kind of looks cool. So if I just deselect all of this, we want like a dark gradient for the background. Let's see here. Hopefully I can kind of center this. Okay. And then I'll change the colors for this in just a second. No, I don't want that. Photoshop. What you doing? Okay. Just gonna put this in a folder so I can manipulate both of these layers together. And now we have the power sign. Oh yeah, it's true. You only have 3 of these. So, bloop bloop. Now you have the power icon. So how that looks. Here, let's create another shape here. No pixels were selected. I'll tell you which pixels were selected. Okay. Let's do this, because I want this to be the same width as this. Okay. Now, with the power symbol, there's kind of like a angle. How should I do this? In design, it's really useful to think in terms of geometric shapes. So, that's not what I want to do. Let's rotate this at a 45. And then I'm going to center this. And then just kind of move this up. Turn the opacity down just to make sure. Okay, so let's... What I'm going to do, because I'm not 100% sure of the selection, just do an invert selection and then create a mask. So it's not permanent. Is that good? Let's say that's good. And finally, for my last shape, we've got the center of the power symbol, which this goes to the center and then kind of goes up a bit. Blah blah blah. Once again, centering things is great. And there we go. I'm just gonna bring this down a bit. Okay, so now you have your basic geometric shapes. Now I just need to color it all. Maybe I can scale this down just a tad. Okay, just kind of simplify my workspace a bit. I'm gonna make it all white. So what I like to do sometimes, just to make everything a singular color, is I'll just go into my brightness and contrast. It's a really lazy way of doing it, but it works. So same thing. So how about... Oop, that's not the one I wanted to change. How about we have white on the outside, and then we have a secondary color for the rings on the inside. So you like green and red. How about... Should we make the center green? Let's see if we can adapt your color scheme. So let's go to hue saturation. We'll choose a red like this. Maybe if we kept only this part green, let's see how that would look. So you colorize, you darken it a bit more, choose your green, you up your saturation. 142, 100, negative 63. Oopsie daisy. Why did that not work? Maybe I should have inverted those colors, so kept that white and this green. I don't know. Let's play around. We've got lots of time, folks. Just green. Again, as I said before, half of this process is, you know, trial and error, just kind of figuring out what looks good, what doesn't look good. Okay. Maybe I want to scale this down just a bit more. Okay, let's say that's not bad. And then maybe have like a bit of an outer glow. Size that up. And then copy this. I'm going to separate the green from the white. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. And then paste this here, but it's not going to be red, it's going to be green. Maybe... maybe brighten this up a bit more. Same thing with the red. Sorry, I know I'm very, very silent these times. I'm just trying to get something that, you know, looks decent. Already, this is a step up, I feel, from what you had. Maybe there's too much contrast in the background, so let's see if we can just kind of... okay. Hopefully you kind of dig this. I think it's pretty cool. Let's see if we can have an inner glow, if that would do anything. Maybe center it. Same here. Let's do inner glow, center. Why am I doing an inner glow? Well, it's because, like, you want this to kind of look like neon, like a neon glow, and neon lights, like at their brightest point, they're very, I don't know, like hot white, if you can understand what that means. So I mean, I think this is pretty cool. This is pretty close to what we want. Maybe just kind of shrink this down a bit. I'm cool with calling this complete. Huh? Let me know, dude. Mayhem99 Gamer, if you like this, I'll send this to you. Oh. I just realized. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I have no idea why the technical difficulties thing was up. That's crazy. That is really weird. Okay, sorry about that. Well, I guess, Mayhem99 Gamer, this is gonna be kind of like an unveiling for you. I don't know, do you like this? I mean, I think that this is a lot, you know, this is short and sweet. Short and sweet, this is nice and simple. Short and sweet. Nice and simple. Let me know what you think of this. I mean, ideally it's gonna be about this size on your YouTube page. It's more easily identifiable. So, I mean, let me know what you think. I can send you this file as a JPEG. I could send you the Photoshop template. So if you want another graphic designer to go in and adjust it, you can do that. So Call of Duty Network says it's okay, but it's not okay though, because I just spent like the last 15 minutes designing something, and it was the technical difficulty screen. I'm really confused as to why that happened. I was 100% sure that that I had done things correctly. So, anyways, Mr. Penguin Games, what's up, dude? He says, "Notice me, senpai. GFX input, please. I would love to try and get some branding on my channel for better recognition on YouTube." Okay, so let's check out Your channel. I've seen your channel before. Um, Not bad. I like the Minecraft character, or just like the way it's framed. Pretty good. I mean, your text is legible. Social media, it could be a bit more legible, so maybe have some sort of a box. But I mean, ideally, I'd always recommend that your logo be on top of your social media, because I mean, your logo is the most important thing, or at least your name. So that's the first thing that people should see besides like your character. So I'd have your logo a bit higher up. I don't know, maybe like here-ish, and then maybe have like a black box underneath that spans the same length of the logo, and then just have your social media, pardon me. See, like having the Twitch logo and then writing twitch.tv is a little redundant. So, I mean, if you have your Twitch logo, you don't need to write twitch.tv. You could just write, you know, Mr. Penguin Games HD. Again, same thing with Twitter. You can just write, you know, at Mr. Penguin Games. People will understand what you mean. As for your logo or your icon, it's all right, but I would remove the MPG. I'd maybe scale the penguin just a bit up. You got a drop shadow going on. Remove that. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that the lettering, it's not really a great font, and it's to the side, and like the letters are in weird positions. So I don't know, it looks weird because it's off center. But also, as I was mentioning early on before, you want people to, you don't want to put something in your branding that people won't understand. Like, MPG holds no value to people if you're just starting your channel, because you haven't built your audience yet. So they'll see MPG and they'll, well, what is that? I don't understand what that is. So it's better to just remove it completely. Just have, like, the penguin. That's cool. That's cute. People like that. They'll click on that. For your thumbnails, they're not bad. Again, like, it's legible. Except for maybe this. The orange and the yellow isn't as legible. But I guess kind of your saving grace is that your backgrounds kind of explain what your text doesn't, or it communicates better. Like, let's say with the Christmas chaos, you have Santa Claus, you have a Christmas tree, you have gifts. Like, that is nice. That's a nice touch. It at least, like, invokes Christmas, so that's good. Yes, not bad. Things like this, though, I don't like. Because you have, like, Quickscope, Simulator, then you have 2 Shreks, some guns, I guess an image of you with a hat and glasses. It just seems really random. And also, like, your image is squished vertically, so it doesn't look too great. I mean, I guess unless you're intentionally going for the look, this kind of a look, I wouldn't recommend going with it. But see, like, some of your thumbnails are great. Like the dropper, I really like this. This is smart. You know, you have an image of it looking down at a level. That is smart. So yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Let's see what your most popular video is, because typically what I like to oh, now I recognize your channel, because you won the 100K sponsorship, because I could just remember Rick saying, you know, Mr. Penguin Games HD. So yeah, your most popular videos, you can see here that they're really minimalistic. They're like really basic. It's just twitch.tv donation alert for OBS. It's like really, really, really simple. And I think there's kind of a correlation between, you know, how simple and legible your thumbnail is to how successful it is. So yeah. So like even here, like Twitch donation alert tutorial, not the nicest thumbnail ever, but you have PayPal like all over the place, so it communicates, you know, like donations, PayPal, Minecraft Hunger Games. You just got Minecraft Hunger Games. Boom, super simple. So Some of these are great. Some of these aren't fantastic. See, like the GTA 5 weird train glitch, you took an in-game screenshot, but you can't really tell what this is. So what I would have done, I don't know what the train glitch is per se, but let's say it's like, the train flies. Well, I would actually construct my my thumbnail, so that maybe you have like a flying train, or a train that's clearly derailed, and then maybe have someone on the side, with like googly eyes going like, oh my god, what? This is not supposed to happen. I don't know. Cool. So I don't know. Mayhem 99 Gamer. Sorry, I didn't read what you wrote. If you do want that piece of GFX that I created, so this icon that I created for you, just message me on my personal channel, Acromat, and I'll send that to you with all the raw files. Okay, coolio. Gamertag911 says, Potato, notice me. Can I have a review, please, on my channel? Graphics, banner, avatar, and thumbnails. Thank you. Oh, your comment went away. Yeah, okay, so I'll review your channel, but I'll do a giveaway first because I'm falling behind for giveaways. So it's giveaway time. Once again, guys, for those who were not here during my previous giveaways, the way it works is on YouTube you need to write hashtag #WhoIsGeorge. I'm going to choose one person randomly. If you do win, the way that you claim your prize is by sending me a PM on my personal channel, which is Acromat. It's written in the graphics, so you can see that. If you don't know how to send a message, you go to my About page and you click Send Message. And in your message, I would like you guys to type your email address. I'm going to write down the winners so I know, obviously, who's won. And yeah. So this giveaway is going to be for Twitch Turbo. So it's going to be for 1 month of Twitch Turbo. So basically, if you watch a lot of Twitch, you can basically enter, and I'll give you a key that you enter into Twitch, and you'll get 1 month of Turbo. Turbo is awesome. It's like the premium service for an entire month. You try it out, you see if you like it. If you like it, maybe you can invest in it. And yeah. So I'll give you guys about a minute or two. And then I think right after the first giveaway, I'll do a second giveaway. Because again, the live stream is going to end in about 30 or so-ish minutes. And I still have a bunch of games to give away. Okay. I'm just going to give it about 45 seconds more. So, sorry I'm not checking the chat too often, because I only have one computer monitor, which is something that I need to fix. I think everyone who does graphics or any kind of live streaming needs at least 2 monitors, one for the chat, one for, what they're actually streaming. I am basically having to choose, do I want to look at the chat or do I want to, work on the content? So hopefully you guys can understand. Anyways, the winner of the 1 month of a Twitch Turbo is... The winner is Next Gen Media. So the person who's operating the Next Gen Media network page, by the way, solid branding. I'm actually going to showcase this to the people in the chat. So Next Gen Media, you have won 1 month of Twitch Turbo. So I'm just going to write your name down. Next Gen Media Network. Next Gen Media wins flawless victory. Okay. So I'm just going to showcase, guys, what his channel looks like. This is really, really, really nice branding. As you can see, his icon is super minimalistic. It's a cube in 3D. So it's not the most original logo ever, but it's still really nice and clean and simple. And so it's also like white on black. So it's, you know, high contrast. It's really good. His banner is fantastic. Very legible. You have a sense behind here, I'm assuming, that I don't know what video game this is. It's either something like Titanfall or Halo, but you understand it's a game. And as well, I really like this, like, I don't know, the stroke effect here with the lights. It's really nice, clean, crisp. It's really cool. It's really nice, simple. If you go to his videos, I'm assuming that this is a brand new network, so you can see their thumbnails. Still, though, it's just like really simple. How to accept your partnership. What is Next Gen Media? And Gaming Network. And then your intro, you know, with your logo. Like, it's really simple. I like it a lot. Really nice. So, I don't know who's operating this channel. Seriously, A+, dude. And even here, visit nextgenmedia.tv, and you got all your social media. Dude, you are killer. Look at this trailer. This trailer looks awesome. Dude! This is epic. Oh, man. This is what I like to see. Really, really, really great stuff. So, congratulations, dude. I'm glad I picked you. I mean, it was completely random, but it was really nice to select your channel. Okay, so we're going to do another giveaway back-to-back. Now we're going to be giving away Escape Goat 2, which is a 2D platformer puzzle game. If you're interested in winning that, just use the same message as before. So it's basically hashtag #WhoIsGeorge. I'm going to be choosing one lucky person to win Escape Goat 2, which is a really awesome indie game. So, check that out. And yeah. I'm just going to wait a little while because of the stream delay. Which is, you know, not great, but still. So just write hashtag #WhoIsGeorge, and within a minute or two, I'm going to be giving away Escape Goat 2 to a lucky viewer. There we go. Okay, so the entries are rolling in now. I just want to let you guys know that these games were not purchased by Freedom. They were not purchased by Impulse. They were purchased by me. This is how much I love this community. This is how much I care about the Freedom family. I'm investing money out of my own pocket to reward you guys for your awesome dedication. I mean, the Impulse team, just overall, we really love our fans. We really appreciate all of you guys coming out and supporting us. And so this is our way, this is my personal way of saying thank you. Hopefully you're learning a bit about graphics, just kind of on things you can do to, I guess, improve your branding. I'm going to be making a formal video about all of these topics, short 5-minute videos on the Freedom Central channel. So, I mean, don't worry if you don't understand some of what I've talked about. If it seems really vague to you, I'll be making short and sweet videos that will be coming out hopefully in the next few weeks, just kind of going in more details. So, yes. Cool. Okay, and the winner of Escape Goat 2 is... the winner of Escape Goat 2 is GFX. So, again, another coincidence. This is another channel which I think has pretty good branding. I'm choosing everyone completely randomly, but GFX, you have won. So, his YouTube channel is youtube.com/GeoNerdFactory. So you have won a copy of Escape Goat. To claim your prize, just send me a private message on my personal channel, which is Acromat. You can search it on the YouTube. And yeah. So just send me a PM with your email, and I'll send you an email with the Steam code. Coolio. So, I've promised a few people some things, some reviews. So I'm going to get to that in just a second. But also some people have been messaging me on Skype. I've turned off notifications. I might actually have a really exciting opportunity for you guys. Someone's just messaged me with potentially okay. Someone is he in the chat right now? He might actually be in the chat. Someone has graciously, generously offered to donate a copy of Shadow of Mordor. Okay. So they're trying to see if they still have the code. If they do have the code, hopefully he's in the chat. If he's in the chat, his name is Keezo, Keezo or Z-O. So Keezo, if he's in the chat, just say hi to folks. If he does have a code for Shadow of Mordor, we will be giving that away, which is freaking sweet. We'll have to do it relatively quickly because we only have about half an hour until this live show is over. So I know some people are desperately trying to get my attention now at this point. So here, I'll switch on over back to the main view. Infinity! Okay, so Nabulsi Graphics, he's been here for hours before the stream even started, just commenting, and he's been super awesome. And so, yes, I will definitely check out his channel. So, Nabulsi, overall, I really dig your stuff. Your icon, I would say maybe have a black background or a dark gray background instead of a white background. Or if you absolutely want the white background, make your logo a bit darker, because you have very bright colors on top of a very bright background, and for that reason, it doesn't really stand out a lot. I think that the logo design itself is nice and simple. I dig it. You're kind of playing around with lettering and geometric shapes and angles. It's really cool. I dig that. It's like bright on bright. For your banner, I really like your banner a lot. Honestly, I don't know how you did the graphics text in 3D. I think that looks fantastic. You actually need to tell me how you did this, because I think this is a really nice look. And the background is just really nice and crisp, and I like the green. It's very inviting, so I really dig that a lot. Now, if we go to your thumbnails, I mean, you haven't produced too many videos, because I'm assuming that this is still a new channel. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty good. So, I mean, just maybe a bit of more contrast on like the text speed art. Maybe put it in yellow. Try some yellow, because your background is very green and your logo's green. And I mean, when it's scaled up like this, it's not bad. It's still legible. Blah, 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 blah. I can't speak. But when it's shrunken down, it's not as much legible. It's not as legible. So maybe either change the background color or just kind of do something to produce more contrast. Maybe intensify a drop shadow if you don't already have one, or if you already have one. But yeah, the speed art, I'd maybe put it in like yellow just so it pops. And maybe like the subject of the speed art is kind of low. Maybe if you had put him a bit higher up. Don't be afraid to kind of cover up some of the text. I'd sandwich him between your logo and the word speed art. So maybe just put him a bit higher up. But I mean, overall, I think your thumbnails are pretty cool. you seem to have a grasp of, you know, basic composition, which is really great. There's only this thumbnail which I would redo because, I mean, it's for a scatter brush pack, but you don't really see the scatter brush effect. You kind of see it in the background very faintly, but you have like a bunch of logos at weird angles. You want to keep it just very simple. So maybe just in text on the side, just free scatter brush pack, and then on the right hand side, just maybe, you know, a few dabs of the brush just to kind of show the effect, but have it, you know, large enough so that you can actually see the brush, because the brush is the hero. You know, it's the main subject, so you want that to stand out the most. But overall, dude, I mean, I wouldn't really change much. Maybe the Freedom logo, I would just kind of have a bit more spacing. I would shift it over a bit. Just because it's like really, it's like kissing the corner here a bit too much. But overall, dude, A1. Okay, so Delta FTL is requesting a banner from me. I think. Okay, Chris, can I maybe have a channel banner about Call of Duty glitches, but like sort of, you know, girlish? Please, I need to promote my channel and grow. Okay. So let's see. Delta, do you have anything? Okay, so right now you have like your text isn't really legible against your background, so I mean you need to work on thumbnails as well. But yeah, we can try working on this. Can you give me more direction? Like, do you say you want it more girly? Do you want, I guess, I'm assuming like some pinks? How? Let's see. Call of Duty glitches. I mean, I don't know if there are any images of glitches. Because, I mean, it's really hard to find images of glitches. So probably I would just need to create an effect that would kind of look like the screen is glitched out. Except maybe if you do this. Okay, okay. This kind of inspires me. Then again, this would require quite a bit of photo manipulation. So I want a killer background. How about if I just search just a level? Let's see. Okay. So we're going to go here. We're going to modify this. So basically, I mean, we could probably reuse some of these elements. I mean, yeah, let's just kind of use this already. Like, I'm not going to template it. I'm going to modify it enough so that it looks unique and it stands out on its own. But still, though, let's see if I mask this out. Okay. Maybe let's change this color to like more like a more like a hot pink. Okay, so I believe this was let's look for some hearts patterns. I don't know, you want girly? I'll give you girly. Huh. Huh. Is this a... This looks... See, because sometimes you'll find images that you like a lot, but they'll have like a watermark on top of them. Also another thing that I don't like is when people will claim that their image is like in high definition, but it clearly isn't. It's just kind of like a low resolution image that's blown up. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn this off for a second. We're not experiencing technical difficulties. I just want to... Sometimes there may be an unreliable source to an image, and I just want to make sure that if, you know, something spontaneous that I don't want, you know, you guys to see to just pop up on screen. Why is it so hard to find a decent heart pattern? This is crazy. This should be simple. Okay, I might have found a decent heart pattern. Okay, now there's some yellowing to this for some reason. Let's go into the curves. Blue. The thing about the Impulse music is that I listen to it so often that it's like it's hard not to hum some of the songs when I hear them, you know, because I love them so much. Okay, well obviously this is not their logo, so I'm not gonna use that logo. Okay. Man, it's crazy. You guys are commenting so much that, like, YouTube is freaking out on me. I like how Delta FTL's writing, "Hey, Chris, could I maybe have a channel banner?" when I'm making them a channel banner. So, Delta FTL, do you have any social media links? Also, tell me more about your channel name, because, I mean, I don't want to have to create you a logo without really knowing much about you, but, yeah. Okay, so I need to find some Call of Duty characters, maybe, I don't know, let's get some zombies, because everyone loves zombies. This isn't the highest of quality, but I'm just gonna do this for a second because someone's messaging me on Skype. Okay, cool. So Kizo has given me a code for Shadow of Mordor. We'll be giving that away with the rest of the games at the very end of the stream, which is coming in about 15 or so-ish minutes. So if Kizo is in the chat, say hi, and we're going to be sure to not only give away that code, but I want everyone to thank him. So search Kizo on YouTube. Um, I mean, again, if he's here, just say hi. Be sure to check out his content. He's a really awesome dude, and again, like he doesn't have to do this, but he's offering a copy of Shadow of Mordor to the community, which is an amazing game. I've played that game like crazy, and it's so good. It's so good. Okay, so Delta FTL, what I want you to do is I want you to send me a PM, because obviously I'm not going to have enough time to complete the banner on stream. So I want you to send me a message basically with more info on what you want on the banner specifically. Like in terms of social media, what your logo's like. If you want me to design you a logo, just kind of give me ideas for what you want, and I'll take care of that in my spare time. Bloop. Okay. So let's see now. See, this is the fun part. Which really isn't that fun. This isn't the highest quality image, so hopefully it should do. It should just be passable, because, like, I mean, this banner isn't going to be zoomed up to this point. But if you have an image that you really like a lot, you'll often have to go into the pen tool if there's a really complicated background. So, I mean, I'll just try doing a relatively rough but accurate cut. Learning how to use the pen tool in Photoshop is essential. It's really not that difficult. I mean, there's a bit of a learning curve, no pun intended, because you're creating curves. What am I kidding? Pun totally intended. But knowing how to use the pen tool is extremely important. And it's also really nice because I used to use just exclusively the selection tool, and it's all right. But sometimes you'll get really rough, jagged edges. As with the pen tool, you can kind of get nicer, cleaner edges to your work. So I'll just try cutting out this guy really quickly. So what I'm thinking of doing is, because I mean, Call of Duty Zombies is a huge component to it, but as the client requested, she wants it to be girly. So I'm thinking of maybe having like hearts on his eyes or something. Just like, I mean, because the concept is so bizarre, I just want to kind of run with it and make it as funny as possible. So you want to take advantage of the fact that you're pairing two things together that just normally don't go together. And as well, I kind of like the fact that you have like a girl FPS shooter, because let's be honest, guys, there isn't a big enough female presence in the gaming scene. And so, like, let's celebrate. Let's put like lots of hot pink and butterflies and hearts, and just kind of rub it in people's faces. Like, yeah, girls game. Girls are just as important as guys. I mean, men seem to be the most vocal in the gaming scene, but we need to change that. Create equal opportunities for all. Here I am being all political. Seriously though, like, I mean, just kind of talking about impulse. A lot of people, when they saw Tiffany, they were just like, oh, okay, it's just a cute girl. But no, like, those who were hanging out with us in the live stream, like, she's totally geeky. She plays video games. She was talking about, like, Clash of Clans. She plays in a clan with Zesty Mike and Brittany Bearpaws, and you know, she's talking about her favorite movies and how she's totally into like anime, and she does like cosplay. And so, you know, like, we didn't just get Tiffany because she's a good-looking gal, but because she genuinely is very geeky and knows her stuff. And so, I mean, one of the reasons why we chose her is because we want to celebrate women more in the Freedom family. Again, it's just like there's so many guys, you know, on Freedom, and so the Freedom family is for everyone, for all races, genders. You know, we want everyone to feel welcomed. And that was my political speech of the day. Okay, we're coming on 10 minutes until the end of the stream. So I'm just going to hopefully finish this selection really quickly. And then we're going to give away the rest of the games and codes and such. And yeah. Let me know in the chat what games have you guys been playing recently. I've been playing when Civ 6 came out, Civilization Beyond Earth. I purchased it because that was like the first Civ game that I had ever played, and I hadn't played it for like a month, so I played it like crazy, and then when Impulse started, I was too busy to play video games, and then I just got back into video gaming, so I started playing Far Cry 4, and then I bought The Walking Dead Season 2, which is absolutely spectacular. Just beat that. And now I'm back into Civ Beyond Earth, which is so addicting. I love it so much. It's really difficult. Like I'm really, I don't want to say I'm bad at it, but it's like I'm on normal difficulty and I'm finding it relatively difficult. So I guess compared to the experienced Civ player, I'm absolutely horrible. But still, it's such a fun game. I like anything that's turn-based strategy. I think really like 2014 has been, at least for me, the year of the turn-based strategy. Started playing Heroes of Might and Magic 3 again. That game's just like, oh, it's the best. It's the best. It's so good. Okay, almost done. This selection. I'm really afraid now that I'm going to turn back to the stream and people are going to be like, we can't see anything because I accidentally clicked a button or something. Anyways. Okay, so I have this rough selection. Go to paths, select that. And then go into my refine edge. Okay. So we have this selected. And now we can add our drop shadow or whatever we want to add. Anyways, I need to fiddle around with this definitely a lot more, but I'm going to save this as blah, blah, blah. COD cute. That's the name of this. Coolio. So I'm just gonna go back the comments here. Okay, so I know that you guys want me to check out your channels, but unfortunately we're coming to an end of the stream. Again, I know a lot of people want me to check out their stuff. I'll be doing... Okay, if you enjoyed this live stream, I'm going to be doing another one, maybe, if you guys want, on Thursday. Let me know in the chat if you guys want another GFX live stream like this one. I want you guys to type in the chat, yes, I want another live stream. If you don't want another GFX live stream, you can be completely honest and tell me that you don't want another GFX live stream. Be completely honest. It lets us know because obviously we want to produce content that you guys will watch. So, yeah. So, it's time for the final giveaways. I'm just going to be checking in with Kizo to make sure that they're still cool with the giveaway. Seems so. Okay, so in order, we're going to be giving away, the first game we're going to be giving away is FTL, which stands for Faster Than Light. It's an amazing game. It's a very like high pressure game. It's a game that ramps up really quickly, and so I would like you guys to basically type in the stream chat hashtag where's George, who is George, and I'll be choosing some people for the next few giveaways. Oh, Kizo commenting says, I don't want it, Chris sucks at GFX Kappa. Kizo, by the way, is the guy who's giving away a copy of Shadow of Mordor, so he could insult me all he wants. I know he's just playing. Okay, so people overwhelmingly say that they want another live stream, so sweet. Sorry if I didn't get to you during this live stream. It's just because, you know, graphics, it's a long process, and there are so many people. I wasn't expecting so many people today, but that's really awesome. So, Kizo says, ooh, can I trade for that? Okay, well, actually, Kizo, if you want, I'll buy you a copy, or, I mean, if you want to buy a copy, on Steam, it's like $2, it's super cheap today, it's like a one-day sale, so, I'll totally buy you a copy. Narrating Fox says, who is Astrocat? Nice. Cool, so, the winner of FTL is... I'm selecting a random person. The winner of FTL is the Derpy Cheese. So the Derpy Cheese, you win the copy of FTL. So I'm just writing your channel name down. So to claim your prize, just send me a private message on my YouTube account, which is Acromat. So it's written on the graphic right there. Just go to my YouTube channel, just search it on YouTube, just Acromat, you'll find me, I'm like the first guy there. Go to my About page, hit send message, and then send me a message with your email address, so I'll know where to send the Steam code. So, the Derpy Cheese, congratulations for that. Now we're going to be giving away, the next game we're going to be giving away, let's give away, we only have a few more games to... How about let's give away XSplit? So 3 months of a premium XSplit for the people who want to live stream. This is your opportunity to try out 3 months on me of XSplit Premium. So if you want that, you can type. How about let's change the hashtag. Let's change it to XSplit. Yeah, just hashtag XSplit. Okay? If you want a copy of XSplit, just do hashtag XSplit. I'll wait until the hashtag XSplits start appearing, and then I'll wait about 45 seconds. And, yeah. Overall, I think this has been a pretty cool stream. I mean, I'm enjoying this. This is really cool. It's really cool to hang out with you guys. Yeah. So, we have XSplit to give away. We also have Shadow of Mordor to give away. And we also have a copy of Gary's Mod, which is going to be really sweet. Delta FTL says, Chris, can I have your Twitter, please? The Twitter that I use is @display_show. So... like the @ symbol, display, like the word display, and show, like the word show. That is my Twitter account. Cool, so, people are now submitting for XSplit, and the winner is... Let's see, I'm just gonna wait a few more seconds for a few more entries. Well, you look at that. I closed my eyes. Like, I really want to do this randomly. So I closed my eyes, and I clicked. It just so happened that I clicked on the person who's been bugging me all stream for the XSplit code, which is Nabulsi Graphics. So, Nabulsi, I guess it's fate. The gods wanted you to win the XSplit 3-month trial. So Nabolsi, send me a PM, and I will send you the code for XSplit 3 months premium. I swear to God, that was completely random. It was like the funniest coincidence ever. Okay, so the next game that we're going to be giving away is Gary's Mod. So if you would like to win Gary's Mod, write hashtag Gmod. Hashtag Gmod will enter you to win potentially a copy of Gary's Mod. So once again, hashtag Gmod. And guys, if you guys did not win any of these prizes, don't worry. I might have another XSplit and Twitch Turbo code for the next stream on Thursday. So cool. So we're starting to Forob, please watch your language. I mean, there's an automatic system that detects foul language, and so it censors it automatically, so no one sees it. Still, though, be appropriate. Come on. If you don't like, if you're sour that you didn't win, I mean, come on, be fair. There are 115 people watching right now, and they probably all want to win. Okay. So, I'm just gonna wait about another 30 seconds, just for it to be fair. Okay, and the winner of Gmod is... I'm gonna close my eyes now. The winner of Gmod is Canaz Gaming, so C-A-N-A-Z Gaming, so Canaz Gaming. You have won the copy of Gmod. So, once again, just message me on my personal channel, Acromat. It's written out on the graphic. Send me a PM with your email address, and I will send you the code for Gmod. Okay, guys, we are down to the final giveaway, which is a copy of Shadow of Mordor, which is an absolutely amazing game. If you haven't tried it, now, here's the thing, is your PC has to be pretty darn good to play it. Oh, Delta FTL asks again, what's your Skype? I already mentioned. My Skype is Display Show, so at Display Show. That is my Twitter. So yeah. Pardon me. So, you need to have a good computer to play Shadow of Mordor, but if you have a good computer, it's so good. So, Shadow of Mordor, to enter, you need to type in hashtag Mordor. So yeah, either hashtag Shadow of Mordor or hashtag Mordor, and you'll be entered into win a copy of Shadow of Mordor. Oh, I might have actually... Oh, okay. Wow, this is awesome. I have received 6 keys to the game Boson X. Is it Boson X or Boson X? On behalf of the 5-Star Network. So, after we give away Shadow of Mordor, I'm going to be choosing 6 winners for Boson X. I'm going to have to write down so many names. Awesome. A big thank you to 5-Star Network for that. Thank you very much. If you're in the chat, thank you. I'm assuming they are because they messaged me. Thank you very, very much for that. Okay, and the winner of Shadow of Mordor is... I really want to make this random because this is a big game. So many entries coming in. Come on, guys. Keep entering. Oh my god, you guys are commenting so much that YouTube is freaking out. It's completely freaking out. Okay. And the winner of Shadow Mordor is Pure Force HD. So, Pure Force HD, you have won a copy of Shadow of Mordor. Just send me a PM to my personal channel, which is Acromat, listed in the graphic, and I will give you that. In your message, please write down your email address, and I'll send you that. Yeah. It's crazy how many winners we have today. It's insane! And we're still giving away more games! Because we have 6 copies of Bozen HD to give away on behalf of the 5-Star Network. Thank you to those guys who have graciously offered those codes. To win a copy of Bozen X, I want you guys to write hashtag Bozen X. That's spelt BOSONX. I'm going to be choosing 6 winners, rapid fire. Yeah, 5-Star Network, they're in the chat right now. Be sure to check them out. Really, really, really awesome dude. Man, I love you. Keith, I love you. Oh, Delta FTL is your Skype, not your Twitter. I don't really give out my Skype to people because I reserve that exclusively for work. But it's best just to contact me via YouTube, and I'll give you my email to correspond. Okay, so the first winner of Bozen X is going to be the Critical One. So DA Critical One, you have won the first copy of Bozen X. The second copy of Bozen X will go to Pyramid X. So Pyramid X, Pyraminx. You have won a copy. Sorry, your name's kind of a tongue twister. The third copy of Bozen X is going to go to S Sonic. So S Sonic, you have won a copy of Bozen X, brought to you by the 5-Star Network. The fourth copy of Bozen X goes to Lucky Clovers. Oh, your name just kind of left the screen. I believe it's Lucky. Where is your name? So many people typing. Yeah, so Lucky Clovers. You have won a copy. I'm just going to write your name down before I lose it again. Lucky Clovers with a Z and 2 S's. We have 2 more copies to give away. One of them is going to go to Eden West Gaming. So Eden West Gaming, you have won a copy of Bozen X. Writing down your name. And the final copy of Bozen X, brought to you by the 5-Star Network, is going to Ruxplay. So Ruxplay, you have won the final copy of Bozen X. Okay, guys, before you go, I've got some announcements to make. Tomorrow, we'll be doing another live stream with some giveaways. We're going to be giving away some G Fuel and some Game On snacks. And so if you guys would like to win some G Fuel, some Game On snacks, you can join us tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want another graphics live stream, I'll be doing one probably around the same time as this one. So noon Eastern Standard Time, the regular time that we broadcast Impulse on Thursday. And be sure to submit just kind of ideas for what you guys want to see during the graphics, the next graphics live stream. Someone was asking me critical one was asking me, should I message you? Yeah. So to claim your prize, as it's listed on the graphic, you contact me via private message, and you just go to my about page and you click send message, and you send me a message with your email address, and so I'll know where to send it. Because I used to ask for Steam names, but Steam's kind of weird in that sometimes you search people and it'll be like, this person doesn't exist, when they clearly do. So yeah, so tomorrow we'll be doing more giveaways, and Thursday we'll be doing more giveaways as well. So giveaways all week long. Also, really important, I'm going to be teasing this. For those who were not there during the Impulse stream yesterday, there are some big changes coming to Impulse. With the 100K sponsorship, we're now going to be moving that over to Sunday exclusively. Why are we making that change? Well, we're making that change based on the audience retention of all Impulse episodes. We've noticed that the retention rate tends to drop as soon as we do the first runner-up giveaway. So for the first, 25-30% of the episode, the retention rate is really high. And then as soon as Tiffany comes to announce the runners-up winners for the 100K sponsorship, it dips down dramatically. So we're going to reformat the show so that we only have the main segment, and then on Sundays we're going to be doing a live broadcast with you guys in the chat, where we're going to be announcing the winners to the 100K sponsorship, giving away tons of prizes. It's going to give you guys the opportunity to chat with us live on a weekly basis, talk with Tiffany, talk with Brittany, talk with Mike, talk with Zach, talk with myself, talk with Anthony, talk with Alex, talk with Aaron, talk with everyone, win some prizes. It's going to be an awesome time. But you're thinking, but what's going to happen to Tiffany? Because, I mean, if she's not introducing the 100K sponsorship every day, what's going on with her? Well, Mike has 2 shows. So what we're doing is, Mike is giving away one of his time slots. He's giving away his Wednesday time slot to Tiffany so she can produce her own show. That's right, Tiffany's going to have her own show on Impulse on cosplay. So if you've ever been interested in costume making, in just kind of like building costumes, going to conventions, tips on how to walk around the floor, with these big bulky costumes, she's going to be covering that in her own show now. It's going to be sweet. More details on that will be given tomorrow, again with the prizes. Thank you guys very much for participating. This has been really cool. I am really, really happy that things went well. There were no technical glitches. I was a little slow at times, but yeah. So yeah, the winners, once again, message me, and I'll get you guys those things as soon as possible. The critical one asks again, how do I PM Acromat? Dude, it's on the graphic. It's on the graphic. It's on the screen. It says, winners must contact Acromat via PM. Go to his about page and click send message. So just search on YouTube. In the search bar, search Acromat. And make sure that your search is limited to channels, and I should be the very first person on there. So, yeah. And I mean, Rick, he's still going to be around every single day. So, yeah. Sweet sauce. Well, with that, guys, I am going to bid you guys adieu until tomorrow. Once again, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, more giveaways. Crazy. Right before I go, I guess, here, let me just switch it back to this view. Get to see my face. What? What? Who is this person? Who is this person you see before you? Can I edit the scene? What? Who is this guy? This is the guy. What? Ugh. Who is this ugly face? Ugh. This is me in the flesh, in my troll cave. What's up, guys? My name's Chris Potato, and as you can see, I'm ghostly white and my hair's all over the place. That's why they keep me behind the scenes. They keep the cute ones in front of the camera, and they keep the talented but ugly ones behind the camera. But just wanted to say hi to everyone, and I'm gonna disappear. Boop. So yeah, I'll people said hello. I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, yeah. It's like I don't want to go, but I have to go. Huh? Meh. I don't know what to do. Before leaving, take care, guys. Be friendly to one another. Hashtag Freedom Family. We're all in this together as a family. So let's help each other grow. And I will see you guys tomorrow. 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Get 10% off your orders for Game On Snacks and G Fuel. I'm stalling here by entering the promo code FREEDOM at checkout. I love you guys. Bye-bye. Oh, and I still need to end the stream. So I'm just kind of delaying here. I'm pretending that this is part of the stream. Bye-bye.